Okay, I had this really cool idea. Right? So there's this really fun thing on, I don't know where, I think it's probably Thingiverse, called a baker's cube, and it's an all-in-one um it's an all-in-one like measuring cup device, right? So every side of the baker's cube, it has a different size cavity in it to for the different measurements, right? But it's kind of big and chunky and awkward to use, right? At least it looks big and chunky and awkward to use. I can't see how anyone would have a pleasant time scooping ingredients the from wherever they keep their ingredients, a jar or a bag or whatever, with the baker's cube, unless they were to pour it, and I don't like pouring ingredients. So I thought maybe I could make an all-in-one measuring cup thing, right? But not not the baker's cube, but different, you know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try and make myself an all-in-one measuring cup, and the idea is it's gonna be. Hang on. The idea is it's gonna be basically a normal measuring cup, right? Like shaped. You know, it'd be shaped like that, you know, like a normal measure cup. But there would be little removable removable tabs through it so that you have the one device, but it has multiple measurements for dry ingredients, because dry ingredients you got to scoop and you got to put them all at the top. So here I've got one US cup is 14.4375 cubic inches. So I need to make that. I've measured what feels like a good height on my fingers, right, to be about 1.5 inches. So the area of the inside of this cup needs to be 14 point, what was it? 4375 divided by 1.5. 9.625 inches. If I make it maybe 3 inches by 3 inches in a rectangle, or not 3, it would be 3 and 3.2, except inches. Right? Well, make it 3.21. Round up. Okay. And then, right, inside this there'd be this would be, that would make it half a cup. And then this would make it a quarter cup. And then .21 divided by 3. Can I do that? Oh, hang on. Change that to inches, right? That would be the third cup, right? And so you've got a quarter cup, a third of a cup, a half a cup, and a cup. But also, this is a rectangle, and that's dumb and stupid. But this is just like a concept, right? And then I would make that, give that a thickness of anything. I'll make it 1.2. And then offset this by 1.2. It would have to be in this direction and not in that direction, because this is where the actual line would be. And then this one too. And then this one also. Right? And then I would extrude. Can I like... No, I can't. Okay. I'll extrude everything down by 1.2. Bring up the sketch and extrude this up by 1.5 inches. Right? See, I'm working in inches because I have to make it imperial, but then I want to do... Anyways. So now the idea would be I could make little slotted tabs or something. I don't know. Right? So there's a couple of ideas here that I have. I could have completely removable tabs, or not tab, completely removable pieces of plastic that I would have to put somewhere when I'm not using them, but when I'm, storing this, it's all they can all be in one place, right? So it's an all-in-one. Or I could have them slide in and out, which would be funny. I kind of like the idea of them sliding in and out. That sounds fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go back into this sketch, change these to 1.2, and then add about 0.1 on either side, I think. Yeah, so 1.4. Right? 1.4 millimeters. Right? Because these are going to be... This is just an idea. Right? 1.4 millimeters. Oh, wait. And then extend these. Can I do that? Yes, but it's going to get rid of constraints, but that doesn't matter. Alright. And then I can extrude all of these spaces away. Right? Okay, now I'm starting to not like the idea of these sliding in and out, because that's thin. But also, I only needed to extrude the one side. So where's the home? Okay. So now what I'll do is I'll start a sketch on this plane, and then I will project this, I'll project all this, and then I'll go ahead and offset this inward by 0.1. Then I'll go ahead and make rectangles for all of these. Gonna go ahead and make sure that they're all where they need to be. And then now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and remove that body and extrude these bits up. Gotta include the whole darn thing. By 1.5 inches. Right? And then to lock them in place, I'll go ahead and, oh, hang on. A couple things have to happen here. Okay. A couple things. So obviously this wouldn't be watertight, but this is for dry ingredients, right? But now what I'll do is make a sketch on this plane. Go ahead and make a rectangle. And then go ahead and project these other two. Make rectangles there. Right? And then the distance between these two should be like 0.1. Or maybe 0.2, I don't know. Project this one. Distance. And then bring these all the way down to like the whole thing. The whole thing. Then project, not project, equal these. Not that. That's equal with that. And this one's equal with this one. Right, and then let's see. Body 1, get rid of that. Extrude this, and this. Let's change this to 1.5 inches. Can I do plus 0.1 millimeters. Did that work? Yes, it did. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and extrude this, this, and this. A distance of 1.2 millimeters. So now what I've got is this right here is a quarter cup cavity, and then I slide this one out, and now it's a third cup, and then I slide this one out, and now it's a half cup, and then I slide this one out, and now it's a cup. Right? That's the idea anyways, except it slid down. I moved it down. This way. Right? That makes sense to me. So now I need a way of keeping it inside, and I need a way of keeping them locked in place. Right? So what I could do is remove this body, and I have these planes. So start a sketch there, project everything, put rectangles there. Put these in. Right? But what that would need for this one is that instead of I'm trying to think how I'm going to keep these from getting getting what's it called? Because like right now I could slide this in and out, up and down, right? But I want them to be locked in. I could maybe I could wrap them around the bottom here. And then I could make a piece to glue it together, but I don't want to glue things together. I don't like that. I also don't like that this is a square right now, but this is just a proof of concept idea. another thing I could do is I could just straight up completely remove these tabs, right? Just straight up be okay with just completely removing these. But if I'm going to do that, then I kind of want to do it differently. In fact, you know what? I should be removing them because I just realized something. If I slide this out and slide this out, if I slide all of these out, that just makes it really hard to fit the no, not necessarily, because this could be the handle. Oh, that's a good idea. That's a great idea, actually. These can be the handle for the measuring cup, which means that making it a square is kind of advantageous there. Because like if I want a half a cup, right? I slide these two out and this one slides in, right? And then these two are the handle. If I want a third of a cup, I would slide this one in and that's a third of a cup. And then this is a handle. Okay, so then what that requires me to do, though, is a couple of things. One, on the very first extrusion, no, the second extrusion, no, I need to start, no, not there. I need to start a sketch on this plane. And then project that and then, okay. These need to come back a bit, right? Just so that it has the correct volume. So it's 1.2 because that's how far, because I've got 1.2 millimeters of each of those pieces, right, inside here, so that's decreasing the volume in the cavity, and I need it to be that, you know. Equal this one to this one, and this one to this one. This is collinear to this is collinear to this, and this one is collinear to this, but then I'm going to make a line going all the way down here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and extrude these down. And then I'm going to go ahead and make that sketch visible and extrude these to here. And these should still be part of the body. They are, okay. And this one's also going to include this, obviously. So now, got these pieces, and I want them to be longer now. So I'm just going to go ahead and... So I'm just going to go ahead and extrude their faces to here, and I'm going to go ahead and make them disappear. Did that work? Then extrude this one to this plane. And then go ahead and do the same thing on all of these. No, not wrong object. And then this one. I could have done all of these in the same extrusion, but I didn't because I'm stupid. So that's what I have now. Next, I want to... What do I want to do? I want to have some way of... I would like to lock these in place, actually. When I slide them out, I'd like them to lock like somehow lock, you know? There's a couple ways I can do that. What would be the easiest way to do that? Well, let me see. I'll get rid of these two bodies and move this one real quick to about here. -75. Make that 80. Nope. 76. Yeah, make that 76. Okay. And then what can I do? Ooh, that's okay. I have an idea that I don't like. But can I modify it into a better version of the same idea? I don't like that idea. I don't like the idea of a friction fit peg. I've got this area that I can mess around with. I like that idea. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make a sketch on this plane. Yeah. And then the idea is I will cut away a piece like that. Right? And then I will have... Never mind. because... But I think something similar would work if I first had... Because if I'm going to have these act as handles, right? I'm going to have these act as handles except for when I have the quarter cup, in which case I can just add a little tab there. Then what I'm going to do... Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to project... these lines. These lines. And then... these lines. Okay. I'm gonna make a line that goes like this. Extend this line. I don't know where that came from. This is going to be parallel to this, and then they're going to have a distance of 1 point. Going to have a distance of 1.2 for now, but I think that's going to need to be thicker. Oh, I just thought of something. Anyways, gonna go ahead and finish the sketch and extrude this about 1.2. Get rid of body 1, make that negative. It needs to be a separate body so that I can print it as a separate piece and then put it on, and then like mold it on, but that'll hold them in, right? And then this was this extrude. Can I suppress it without screwing everything up? Okay. And do they all? Okay. Okay. So now I've got a cool idea. And I'm thinking about a way to do... Okay, yes. Okay, so then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and move this... What was it? Minus 76, right? Yeah. Okay. If I do this, right, the way I intend to do this, I actually don't need these to be a different thing either. So if I suppress this, and then I take... Okay, I think suppressing that feature there... Hang on. Okay. This extrusion is before this one, right? So if I suppress this, that's thicker, and then I suppress this, that's thinner. And then I take this one and I suppress this. There, okay. And then this requires that, but that's fine because reasons. This got extruded somehow. Weird. Okay. I'll just recreate the thing. I'm thinking. Because these are higher than this, but they don't need... They should actually be the same height, shouldn't they? Yes, they should. Sorry, this is actually a lot more complicated than I expected it to be. Where's the sketch for these? It's there. Okay. I think I might have to just go ahead and delete everything starting at this extrusion, I believe. Yes, okay. Everything starting there, I'm gonna go from scratch starting here. I'm gonna make a sketch on this plane. I'm gonna go ahead and put a line. I'm gonna go ahead and project this, and then I'm gonna put a line down here. And I'm gonna go ahead and extrude these three down by 1.2. And then make that 4. Alright. Then I'm gonna go back to, what sketch was it? Not this one. Okay. Aye. What sketch? This sketch. Then I'm gonna go ahead and extrude these 3 pieces by 1.2. Okay, body 1, 4, 3, 2. Okay. See what this does now is now these are all the correct height, so that when I slide these out, right, I've got one singular I've got a flush plane, so I can, you know, spread the knife or wipe it with my hand over the thing, so that I actually have the actual amount of stuff that I need. And now what I can do is I can create a sketch here and project this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and this line. And then I can make a rectangle 1.2 may be a little thicker, but 1.2 ought to work. And then make a line here, and a line here, and then a line on these ends. That's 90, right? That's 90, okay. Then on this end, and then you're gonna go ahead and make these collinear. This goes all the way to here, and this goes all the way to here, and then this distance from here to here has to be actually probably 0.4. The reason it should be 0.4 is so that I can extrude this out a bit. So what I should be doing is so what I should be doing is this. On the gonna get rid of this sketch, gonna make this one invisible for a minute, and then get rid of this. What I should be doing is this. I should extrude these up inward and cut away about 0.2. What that'll do is in the real life thing, that'll lower these down enough to actually be flush. Why are they not flush here? What? They're not flush here. Why are they not flush here? Oh, because I know why. Because I put 1.5 inches plus 0.1, and I don't need that anymore. It just needs to be 1.5. And it doesn't even need to be 1.5 either. And what in the world did that come from? Just make it to the plane. Alright, there we go. Now it's flush. But now in the real world, this should be small enough that all I have to do is print. All I have to do is make this much, make it 1.2, make it a new body. Right, I should only have to print that much, and this whole rectangle here I won't need, but just in case, I'll keep it like that. Next, the idea I had was actually a pretty nifty one. At least I think it would be nifty, and I just realized this is still gonna bring this up higher. Whatever. For cooking food, it doesn't have to be the world's most precise thing. But if I make a sketch here, and then I project No, I project this, right? And then I project this, and then I just get rid of all the bodies, right? Let's see what happens if I make, I don't know, that, and then offset it by 1.2. And then make this tangent to this, and then this one is perpendicular, which makes this one normal to this. In other programs, you can just straight up make this normal to this, but because the constraint that looks like this, it says perpendicular, but there's another version of this constraint in other programs called normal. And then go ahead. Why is my select tool not a window? Okay. I'll go ahead and copy that and paste it way the heck over there on this side. And I want it to be there, I think. Right? Because that'll move that. Yeah. And then bring back the body that it was on, which was this one. And then extrude this about 1.2-ish. I'll just make it the whole thing. And that probably won't work, but the idea is I would move this, right, and it would kind of snap on like that, right, and that would hold this in place. So now I'm going to go ahead and try a different sketch. I'm going to go ahead and make this on this side and make it equal. Make that equal to that. Make this equal to this. Okay. Okay. And then what I need is essentially a piece. I need a curve like this, and then I need a straight like this, right, so that I can slide up and snap. And then I want this to be about 1 millimeter maybe. And then I'll make a spline here. just to see if I can make it look like it'll be not. What size is this? That might work if it's 2. I make a line here and out. That wouldn't work. Make it 3. And then from here to here, and a circle. And there's the midpoint. Put it there. Offset this by... No, it has to be positive 1.2. And then... This is always going to be smaller, isn't it? Yeah. That's 1 millimeter. And then, can I... No, this distance is determined by the... this... Yeah. Okay. So instead of doing that, I'm going to make this distance... Wow, 0.5 millimeter? That was actually pretty good. That was actually what I was going for. Aha! Okay. The center of this circle shouldn't be on this line. It should be on this line. And then offset this by 1.2, not 2.1, 1.2. Right. Then I get this much. Okay. If I extrude this, that'll work. But then I'll get I need something here, and then this needs to be about the same of distance from here as there, so like, you know, I'll make it 0.2. And then if I, oh man, this is wild. Okay. Well, these intersecting lines, they're all confusing. And then bring out the body. Right, and then what does that do? That will not work because that's too small. Okay. That's too small a gap. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start from scratch. I'm just gonna go ahead and offset this one by like 0.5, but in the other direction. And then make this one that's how far? That's too far. I think 0.75. Stupid. Stupid. There. That would be 0.75, I believe. That's good. Okay. And then about that, let's mention this as 45 degrees. What? Not 456? There, geez. And then this will be 1.2, and this will be 1.6. And then this will be 1.2. Put it to here. No, here. Then gonna go ahead and move this over until it interacts. Change this so that the offset here is smaller. Okay, that's better. What I don't like, however, what I really don't like is a couple things. Right? I don't like how short this is because it won't be able to bend very much. So now I have another really cool idea based off of this idea. And it might work a little better. It might work really well, actually. I'm thinking, will this idea work really well? It should. It should, yeah, okay. It should work really well, okay. So, new idea. I hate when I have, okay, 1.5 inches. right? And then this was a 3.21 inches, right? And then I create this shape, right? And then at this point, that's the halfway point, right? Okay, so here's the idea. Okay. Why? Make these, I'll dimension this. Okay, I create this shape. 1.2 millimeters and... Actually, no. 4 and 4, because I need space to work with in this design. Okay. Now I extrude these by, I think it was 3 inches, right? So this whole thing takes up a volume, right? We'll make a sketch here, right? Go 3.21 divided by 2, but in inches. .21 divided by 3, but in inches. .21 divided by 4 in inches, right? And then I will put notches in here. Make all of these equal. I'm gonna have to make this a minimum distance of about, see, at least 1.2. I'm gonna make it 1.6, right? And then, so by changing, oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I have to make a third line in each of these. Gonna have to make all of these parallel with each other. In fact, I don't even have to do that. I can just make this parallel with this and this parallel with this. Now I can change them all. Okay. Can I make this angle 90? Yes, I can. Okay. Now what is this distance? 1.4? Okay, I don't like that. So instead, I'm going to make this distance 1.6. Okay. There. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make another sketch. And I'm going to go ahead and take and project just all of this. No, I'm gonna go ahead and only project what I need to project. Which is only those, because I can just make a rectangle. Then offset this by 1.2. Alright. I don't know where that came from. 1.2. Okay. Then extrude this by 1.5 inches. Okay. Now body 1 is going to have to be Is there a way to like whatever? Okay, well, so I don't want to do it one at a time. Also, I accidentally clicked on negative 0.2 probably. Okay. Try again. Press pull this this much. 76. What? I'm just trying to oh wait. I'm just trying to thicken things. Where's the split face, split body, silhouette, simplify, fillet, press pull. Modifies the selected geometry using offset, extrude, or fillet commands. Offset type, modify existing feature. 1 mil. Oh, it modifies the. No, that's not what I want. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and offset this by 0.2 and just cut it out because okay. So next, I'm gonna have So next I'm going to go ahead and cut away this, right? So then what I should have done finish sketch, extrude this as a cut. So now this one is flush, that's good. Now I can get rid of this and then I can go ahead and extrude this all the way down to here. Okay. Then what I'm gonna do is go ahead and change this sketch to B2. And then I'm going to change this sketch to be 1. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start a sketch here. No, start a sketch on that plane. And then I'm going to project this. And I'm going to project this. And then I'm going to go ahead and make these equal to these and make them parallel. This one's parallel to this one, and this one's parallel to this one. Then bring out this body, pull that down all the way, project this, bring this out, go ahead and trim it. And then move this to here. So then the idea would be that this piece moves and then locks on with these notches, right? And it needs to be able to come out all the way. So I've done something slightly wrong, but I can fix that. So what I really should be doing is back in this sketch. Yeah, that'll be 2. I'm gonna make this 2.4 for reasons. I just want things to be thick enough. And then in, I believe this, right, okay. Okay, so then this is collinear, this is collinear, this is perpendicular, this is equal, and then this is parallel. And then take this and this, and for some reason it's offset. Why is it offset? Why is it? That's weird. Wasn't this sketch on this plane? Okay, you know what? This one here, delete, because I didn't do it quite right. Yes, delete. Delete this one. No, I said delete. Delete this. Okay, there. Everything's where it needs to be. And then go ahead and extrude this. All the way to here. Okay. Right? And then this is 0, this is a quarter, this is a third, this is a half, and then this would have to be a full cup, right? So the distance from here to here would have to be 3.21 inches. Ah, yes, because it has to go to here. I forgot about that. And then again, this has to be equal to here, and this one has to be equal to here, and then it has to be parallel. What? Oh, I see. I see. Okay. So what I really should have done was I should have made this entire geometry all at once. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and not save this and start again. Okay, so I want it to be like this, and then I'm going to start off with the geometry for this triangle. I want it to be a 90-degree angle because that just makes sense, right? And then I want it to be equilateral, and then I want this to be 2 millimeters tops. Then this will come out about 0.8. And then this will be that would make that 3, because that's 1 plus 2 is 3. All right, and then I'll make this a construction line for now, and then this will be 3.21 inches divided by 4, right? And then make that inches. And then, of course, these have to be equal to this and parallel. And now it's set. And then the next line, this one will be a construction line now. 3.21 divided by 3, and then I think the way that the computer has been doing this is it's in parentheses and then it's times 1 inch, right? Okay, cool. Now I can make this parallel to this and these equal there. and then this line is a construction line, and then from here to here is 3.21 divided by 2, then times 1 inch. Equal, what the world? I accidentally clicked the wrong one. And then parallel. And then this one has to come out farther, and then this one has to hit that line. Okay. And then the last one has to be 3.21 inches. And then goes, these are equal and equal to that. And this one is parallel to this one, and they're set in stone. Okay. Now this one just goes all the way to here. And then this will be about 3 millimeters. Actually, 2 is fine on this. And then this can go all the way out, and then I'll trim it. Alright. And then I don't know if I make this 1, that becomes very, very small. That's why I made it 2. But 3 millimeters is quite thick, and I don't know if it'll have the flexibility to do that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and offset from this about 0.2. And then this will be where the actual cup part goes, the actual measuring cup cavity. This will come down to here, and this has to be 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and make this 1 collinear with this. And then I'm going to make a rectangle goes all the way here. This is going to be like 1.2 millimeters. I'll make it 2 just to be in keeping with. And then a rectangle here. And then this has to be about 0.1. I want it to be fairly snug there. That's 2. And then this has to be collinear with this. And then I make this 3 inches. And then I bring out the sketch. And then I make this 3 inches. There is a teeny tiny little thing there. Oh. I have to include this part. Okay. So now the idea, right, is this piece slides along and snaps on to these, right? So now what I gotta do is first I'm gonna go ahead and smooth this out, right? Because I want to see, I don't want things to be like breakable very easily. So now if I go ahead and fillet this edge here, where's the, sorry, I'm having a hard time seeing things. Okay. This edge, right? And then that looks good, right? So now if I do all the other edges, they should be able to snap onto this without being too horrible. I might change... Is my battery dead on my mouse? No, it's not. Okay. Let me change this one real quick. It was 1 millimeter. What if I made it 0.75? Yeah, that might do better. Another thing I can do is, instead of relying on mostly this, I can also go ahead and put a spline in here. Where's the check mark? There's the check mark. Okay. And then if I can move this piece onto here, and then I can move this piece there, and then this piece like up there, and then this piece up here. Right, that'll make this a little thinner so that I don't have to, so that this piece can bend as well, right? So this piece can bend and this piece can bend. They should snap in place at the demarcations, right? Right? There is a quarter cup. There is a third of a cup. There is a half a cup. And there is a cup. Right? I could do an eighth of a cup, but an eighth of a cup, I believe, is 2 tablespoons. So, yeah. And I think this is a pretty solid concept. I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, I just realized. This won't be able to move much when it's... Well, you know what? Here, I can make a sketch here. Put a rectangle on either end. And then project this line here. And I really only need this to go up to here. So then make these equal and make them 3. Whoops. 3.2. Put a line here, make it 0.2 on the same side. There's my tolerance built in. Extend this. Is it going all the way down? It is going all the way down. Okay. Extrude this much. And this much. To here. And then bring the sketch back up and extrude the outside bits. Okay, I have to edit the sketch because I need to include this part. Hang on, where is... Yeah, okay, project this, then lines going from here to here, then on the other side. All the way up to here, but join it, and then just to make sure that I don't oh, is this all one body? That's because this body, okay. Okay, and then I forgot to make the body invisible, so it like joined all of them together. Distance to object to this object here. Join. Okay. So So now I've got this piece, and then I will need some way to put it all together. To put it all together so that stuff happens. I'm trying to think how I can print this, because if I print this in this orientation, then this becomes fairly weak. And is it connected? It's not connected. So it might actually need its extra strength from, what was it, this? I should be able to still suppress this. But if I print it this way, then that needs a lot of support material. Anyways. I will start. Is this higher? No, okay. 3 minus 0.2 is 2.8. That should work. Okay. Okay. There. I'll start a sketch. Not there. On this face. And I'll just project these here. And then I'll put a rectangle there. And that's going to be 2 millimeters. And I'm going to extrude this as a new body of a distance of 2. A distance of 2 in the other direction. And it's a new body. That'll hold it all together. How much deflection is necessary, though? Because I need to know that. I'm going to go ahead and suppress this real quick and get rid of this body. And so this is 2 millimeters. So I need it to be 2 millimeters. It needs to be actually so right, but actually it needs to be greater than 2 here. It needs to be like, put it 2.5, right? Another thing I could have done is I could have put the notches on the other side. If I had put the notches on this side, right, over here, then this could have been the thing That makes sense, actually. That makes sense, and see, I'm thinking a lot right now, because watch. I'm gonna finish this real quick, actually. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Unsuppress. Change this to that. Yeah. Right? See, I need that in order to allow this to deflect, right? But then, when I try to use this, it's going to want to slide up and down. So what I could have done instead is this. I could have done the same thing, right? Where I have, but I could have done it this way. I'm gonna make them all equal. Make this 2. Gonna make them all parallel. Failed to solve? What do you mean failed to solve? Where's this coming from? Where is this coming from? There we go. Gonna make this 90 degrees. That's driven for some reason. Why is that driven? And then this one is 3.21 divided by 4 times 1 inch. And we're going to go ahead and copy paste it. Create driven. Why is that driven? Oh, that's why. Okay. And then instead of 4, it's 3. And then this one is 2. And then another one. Okay. And this one is 2.21 inches. Then this one. Then this one is here. It's 3 inches. And then this will be 3 millimeters again. That's 0.8, but this will be 3 millimeters. And then so I could have put this on the top here, right? This is 3 inches, and then this is 3.21. Somehow it doesn't look, this looks longer for some reason, even though this one's longer. But anyways. Ah, that's because this has to be 3 inches. And then I put the wrong dimension here. This one is 1.5 inches. That's why it looks too long. Okay. And then a sketch, darn it, on here. Project this line, and this line. Okay, and then offset by 2 on the outside. Put a line here. And there. Okay, and then extrude this by 3 inches in the other direction. That should have been here. Okay. Can I bring this back out? Yes, I can. Get rid of this body and extrude. What in the world? All of this crap. 3mm. But it is flush, so I'll make it 3.2. And then I will extrude all this crap. Start at this object. And the distance is 3mm. In the other direction. Then get rid of the sketch, extrude the surfaces by -0.2 on either side. And now, okay, by putting the notches on the top of this one, I can now have a better mechanism for sliding this out, because 1, 2, okay, oh yeah, that was, okay, because this is going to want to jiggle around in this space that I need to add, right? But on this one, I don't need to add space necessarily. And if I do add space, then I watch. Okay, make a sketch on this, project. I'm trying to project the planes. Okay, offset from this and whatever, 0.2. Offset from this, 0.2. Gonna go ahead and trim it all up. All right. Gonna make these equal. Gonna set it to, I don't know, something somewhat reasonable. How does 4 sound? What in the world? Okay, gonna make these equal. I don't know why that one decided to not be equal to this one. Okay, project this plane here, right? And actually, that is a pretty good place to put things. Things are snapping every which way. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. I can extrude this part to here. I'm going to make it 2 sides, and then the other side is going to be to here, but I'm going to make it a new body. Then I'm going to go ahead and look in the sketch, bring this by about, that should be 2. Okay, I'm going to bring the sketch back out. I'm going to invisible-mify this. I'm gonna go ahead and extrude away all of this stuff. Going all the way to here. Good, good. And then I'm going to bring the sketch back up. I'm going to make a plane, a mid-plane between this and this. I'm going to go ahead and extrude this and start it at the mid-plane. Bring it symmetric up. Gonna go ahead and yeah, that'll work. Get rid of the other bodies. Alright. So the reason that I did it this way, the advantage here that I think I'm going to have is that this piece won't want to... Hang on. Where are they? Okay. This piece won't want to wiggle as much, right? This will still hold this in, right? As long as I have a good way of locking things in place. And then this should be long enough to give about 2 millimeters of deflection. Oh, you know what? How much does 2 millimeters want to deflect? Yeah, it should be fine. It should be fine. And then what I can do is I can go ahead and change these real quick to have 4 millimeter wide. There. And then what I can do can I do this? Hang on. I should be able to do that. I could put Oh, this has what was that? Okay. That won't really hurt much. So then what I can do, I could put little numbers on here, right, so that I can 0, 1/4, 1/3, 1/2. So I don't know. If I pull out to this notch, then this will be coming right out, and then that could say 1/4. I pull out, then that could say 1/3, and then this could say 1/2. Then this one could say 1 cup. But that's later, that's later. Now what I want to do, I want to do something funny. I'm going to go ahead and eject this. Make a rectangle going all the way down. Make a square now, where this is equal to this, and then I just noticed it doesn't have a collinear constraint. Why? It's because something snapped earlier. Oh, it snapped. Okay. Delete coincident. Okay. Now I can collinear this with this. Okay. Make this collinear with this. And then make a rectangle. I don't remember. Try again. What does it say? Failed to solve. Whatever. Equal this with this. No, with this is, this one's equal to this one. There. Now it's a square. There. Yeah, that looks good. And then there we go. Extrude this. About 3 millimeters. Remove the other body. Bring back the sketch. -3. And then change this one to also include this bit. It does. Okay. And then go ahead and mirror features these two across this, identical. Okay, So what that does, and then bring out this body, and then this sketch, and then go ahead and extrude. All. So what that'll do is that'll give me a way of putting it together without gluing it together. And this part can be printed in a nice orientation, this part can be printed in a nice orientation, and this part can be printed in a nice orientation. So now I'm going to go ahead and, before I forget to, because I almost forgot to, .75. Okay. What I don't understand is why. Never mind. Okay, it's because the sketch gets in the way of things. All right. So this is a square measuring cup. Square measuring cups are kind of crappy, but this is what I can do because it has to be parallel. I could probably change the front end of this, because when I slide it in a in one direction, it's gonna remove the same amount of volume, or move the same amount, or change the volume the same amount, no matter what shape this is, right? Like if I, no, it might not. I'll do some math. But I have a square measuring cup. It's all one thing. Why is this? That's so weird. But then on this side, it doesn't show up. See, there's lines over here. I don't know why. They're just gonna add to the number of triangles on this thing, but whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and also extrude these bits. To here. That'll just clean things up, right? That'll just, yeah. What I really hate is that I didn't put that 0.8 on the other side of this, but whatever. That has to go to here too. Okay. There. Now how am I going to test this? I'd rather test bits of it than the whole thing. Okay, so now that I have what I want for a mechanism, finally, it took me 2 hours and 10 minutes. But now that I have what I want for a mechanism, I gotta figure out how I want to test it. I guess I'm gonna have to just go ahead and put a plane about here at this line, make it 90 degrees, and go ahead and just split all of these bodies Okay, 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 okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. I'm gonna have to go ahead and put a quick little rectangle on this. That's 3 millimeters. And from here to here is 1.5 inches. Gonna go ahead and extrude that to here. Actually, I'm just gonna extrude that to here because I'm not testing its volume right now. I'm only testing, what I'm testing right now is I want to test how well the clippy parts, how well this clipping mechanism works, and the primary thing that I need to test is this. Will this deflect properly? Will this move up too much or not enough, or break, or what, you know? So now I can, that is what I need, that is what I need, that is not what I need, that is not what I need, that is what I need. Okay. Now I can rename things. Body 4, I will rename to divider. Body 5, I will rename to cup. Body 6, I will rename to what do I want to name it? A clip, I guess. Clip. Yeah. Okay. Then I will export these. AIO measuring cup. Save that. Okay. Cup, save as mesh. And clip, save. Alright. Now I'm gonna go ahead and try and test these all out, see how well it works. And if this works, I'll continue with this concept. And it probably will work, because it's really simple. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, but yeah. 2 millimeters. It's pretty good. It is, I would have to, oh, that's for later. That is for later. There's a lot of crevices in here that I can change. I can glue things, whatever. Alright, I'll be back when this is tested out.